So as a kid, when I played Drobot, the only path I would ever even consider using would be his laser path. Because what else are you going to do with Drobot besides spam the lasers? I never thought that the blade gears would be at all relevant whatsoever. But over time, I've been kind of thinking, maybe the blade gears actually have some sort of viability. And I just recently picked up a light core Drobot, which would be my second Drobot. So I'm thinking, hey, why don't I try out this bottom path and see if it's actually worth playing? And after messing around with it a little bit, I think, honestly, it might be the way to go. So naturally, normally, I would say always go with top path for Drobot because that's what you do with Drobot is you spam the primary attack button with the laser, so that's kind of the thing to do. And normally I wouldn't, think to counter that, but I love playing as Drobot, and I had a second one, and always what I do with my duplicates is I, try the other path. So I tried the other path, and it's actually not that bad. What I found that instead of just spamming the primary attack button with Drobot, it's kind of helpful to, in between like bursts of laser blasts, it's kind of nice to throw in an extra blade gear hit to kind of knock them back, because it does knock back lighter enemies, which is really nice, and the blade gears do solid damage. So what I realized, kind of the best way to play him is to kind of hold the primary attack button for a little bit, blade gear, hold the primary attack button, blade gear, etc., etc. And the blade gears are good also for just, even knocking back at a distance as like an opening attack in an encounter. So the blade gears actually have some usage, and I thought, hey, maybe the bottom path actually makes them like genuinely pretty viable, maybe even better than the top path. So if we look at the bottom path, his first upgrade is depleted uranium blade gears. It just gives him more damage, and then you can give it explosive blade gears, so they explode on contact, so it does damage to nearby enemies. And then you also eventually will get tri-spread blade gears, which means you can shoot 3 of them at once, which is actually really, really good because it makes it much easier to hit stuff directly in front of you. Because one of the biggest problems with the blade gears is that you can't throw one directly towards you. They go off kind of diagonally to the left and right. And so adding that third blade gear to shoot directly in front of you is actually pretty cool in theory. So I got to mess around with it, and honestly, it kind of works. This play style of, holding the attack button, hitting the blade gear, holding the attack button, hitting the blade gear, it works mostly because of that knockback is really nice. And also, once you upgrade those blade gears to a significant degree, you actually get a pretty decent damage buff. And then also, if you're looking at, in comparison to like Drobot's like laser path, the lasers don't actually get a ton of damage from that top path, which means it might arguably be better to get the blade gears because they do so much damage, and then you can buff them to do even more, and you're hitting for like you're seeing here, like 52 like base without crit, and you're hitting for like 70 plus on crit. So yeah, it makes it pretty good. And then I want to say, I'm trying to think how much like the actual like quadratic lasers that you get on the top path actually do. I want to say they do like 18 per, as opposed to maybe like 12 to 14 like base. And so it's not like super, it's not super significant. I know the lasers shoot much quicker than the blade gears, so you're doing, you're getting more hits off with the lasers, so it doesn't need to be that huge of a percentage increase in those laser shots, because you are hitting so many. But honestly, if you're playing Drobot the way that I am playing him, with like kind of like the laser plus blade gear strat, then I think the blade gear path might actually be the move. And I will make the confession, I'm sure you've noticed here in this gameplay, that I don't actually even have the triple blade gear upgrade on him, but that should just go to show that I genuinely think that the blade gears might actually be the better path, even without that upgrade. So, you know, don't take it from me though. Go experiment. Go give it a shot. You might actually end up liking this playstyle more than just the spamming the lasers playstyle. Both are perfectly good, and you know I could be dead wrong with my assessment here, but at the very least, I have more fun playing this way with Drobot, because he definitely is the kind of character that gets pretty stale to play as after a good long while, and he is in my top 3 favorite Skylanders. So don't think I'm, you know, throwing shade at Drobot here. But again, don't take it from me. I'm not, you know, the expert. Go give it a shot yourself. Go experiment. See if you like it as much as I do. And don't forget to use those afterburners, because the afterburners are a genuine huge part of his moveset, regardless of what path you're on. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, giving this a watch. For those of you who have requested videos on my one of my previous videos, I just want to say I absolutely will be doing these. I just haven't gotten around to it. So I know there was a couple in my backlog. I know Sprocket. Someone wants me to like min-max Sprocket, which is quite the little challenge. I appreciate the challenge. I just ordered Sprocket today, so I didn't own her already, but she's coming in the mail soon, so I'll have to give her a shot. And then someone also requested Wrecking Ball min-maxing in Swap Force, and I just want to say I absolutely would love to try and do that because I love Wrecking Ball's design. I just haven't done that video because I genuinely have not figured out how the best way to make Wrecking Ball work. So I promise once I actually, you know, get that, I will do that. But if you guys have any other requests or any other ideas for videos, anything else you want to see, please let me know. I appreciate you guys watching my stuff, and I'm happy to, you know, keep making content to keep this community alive, because it needs it more than ever, considering we're never getting a new game probably ever. So thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.